Well, good morning. It is July 2nd, and that means first serious fishing trip of the year, out for hopefully 2.5 days up on the Ottawa River on stretches between Deep River and Mattawa, and maybe even points further north depending on which way the wind blows me. The wind is definitely going to be blowing over the next couple of days. It's 15 to 30 k both days, and maybe a little bit less on Friday if I stay out for the extra half day or so. So we will be fishing some protected waters, I think, especially later on in the day when the wind gets up. However, right now I'm at a really nice spot that I really enjoy, and got a couple of rods rigged up. It's a beautiful morning. There is a pretty brisk breeze, but we are out. We've already got one little rock bass in the boat, and we are casting a boat, trying to put together a pattern. So let's go to it. And now we got a decent bite. This might actually be a walleye, and it is a walleye. Perfect size walleye. There we go. So the first good fish of the trip, surprise, surprise, is a walleye. Not a bass, not a pike. Alright. And kind of found a little school of them. Oh, there we go. That one got away. Didn't have them hooked real hard. We'll go back here, but there's a ledge. It drops off from 5 to 10 feet just at the edge of these rocks, and they're all sitting down there, picking off anything that comes over. And this time we got a smallie on. And it feels like a decent fish. We'll see when we get a look at him. Just trying to keep tension on him and keep him from jumping. There we go. Oh yeah, that's a nice fish. Very nice fish. So I've been sticking with a tactic that I have used here previously because it just works really well. It hasn't been working on some of the other rock outcrops, but it is definitely paying off here. That's a very nice smallmouth, probably 15 inches to start things off. And we'll get him back in the water. There he goes. This is kind of neat. You can see the lines on these rocks from the pollen, which was in the water, a week or two ago, or 2 or 3 weeks ago, and now you can also see how much the water level has dropped in that period of time. So the yellow is all pollen, which would have been in the water, probably a couple of weeks ago. So there were some pretty decent blowdowns here. 3 or 4 of them in a fairly short area. I just missed that one fish there, about maybe 20 yards away from here. Nothing under here so far. Maybe a little tiny one tugging at the tails, but definitely worth trying once the sun comes up. Hey, our first fish of the evening is a walleye, little wee guy. We'll just turn him off. If you can hear the falls in the background, this is a familiar spot if you've seen some of the previous videos from the Ottawa Valley. I am south of Mattawa right now, and just out for about an hour and a half this evening, just to finish off the day. Just got here, that's about my 3rd or 4th cast, so that's a good sign. And it is another walleye. Oh, that's another beauty. We are really working over the walleye today. Well, as much as I'd love to catch a bunch more walleye, and there definitely are more walleye there, I think I'm going to go and fish a couple of current spots that I've fished before without a lot of success, but I haven't spent any serious time in the evening with them. I'm going to spend 20 minutes or a half an hour searching around a couple of these islands here. There are a couple of really nice current areas, and I just want to see if I spend some time here, if I can kind of figure out if there's a spot where the fish like to be. Alright, well, I am experimenting around these islands. The water's quite cool. It's around 63, 64 degrees here. Much cooler than some of the other parts of the river. And I'm not catching anything, not getting even a sniff. But if you're not getting a sniff, a view like that isn't all that bad. Alright, well, we are going to end the night off with one more fish. Oh my gosh, another walleye. Oh my. God, I wish I was having a fish fry. Look at that. What a beauty. Alright, on that note, we're going to shut her down for day one. I think we got 3 or 4 fish tonight. So, great way to finish off. Oh, walleye too. Rarity for me. Gonna go get the canoe back on the car, head back to the hotel and crash. And we'll pick this thing up again tomorrow on day 2. Alright, well, first cast up here today. Right beside the boat, and this morning it's a smallmouth. Last night it was the walleye in here, and this morning it's the smalliest. Or, well, at the moment it's a smallie anyway. Great little fish to start the day off. And we are on fish number 2. This one also probably feels like a smallmouth. It's fighting. And it was actually a walleye. It is really, really calm and just absolutely beautiful out here right now. Just under 20 degrees. And at the moment, no wind. It is supposed to kick up a little later today. But hopefully it won't be anywhere near as bad as yesterday. At least yesterday afternoon. We were supposed to have cloud cover for the first couple hours this morning, but the sun is out in its intensity, so I'm not going to wait to get the screen on. Alright, smallmouth number 2. Just fishing a little bit of a lay down here. Just on the edge of the river. Smallmouth number 2 of the day. Little guy. Picked him up on the shore. Just here in a area where there's a bunch of wood cover and stuff. So, we're on fish number 3 of the day. And this one's going to be a small pike. If you let go, he's actually off the hook, and he's just hanging onto the lure. Come on. There we go. This is an old stump bed in here. Obviously a flooded area. Lots of old deadfall in here. This is just an area of islands that's at the outflow where the river splits at this part of the area just south of Mattawa. Very, very picturesque. I'm just paddling down to the next spot I want to fish, and the sun is just pushing out streamers around those clouds. It's really cool, very pretty. Alright, got ourselves a pike. We're also kind of blowing around in a bay here. The wind has really picked up, so come into a kind of a protected area. There we go. 18-incher, a couple of pounds. Get him back in there. Gone from a stump bed to a boulder bed. Might be a pike, but I think it's a smallmouth. Yep. Nice little smallie. He was up on a flat, maybe 18 inches, 24 inches of water. Oh, he's a nice fish. No complaints about this guy. Actually, I never complain about anything I catch. Nice fish. Oh, and he's been eating crayfish up there. I don't know if you can see inside his mouth, but we'll try to leave him with his dinner. Pop him back in. There we go. And interestingly, with him eating crayfish, I was using pink earlier today in the falls and in some of the other places, but I've switched to something that's a little more natural color. See how we do. Interesting spot here. There's an inlet, and then there's big deadfall right across the middle of it. Took a couple of casts, didn't get anything. I'm gonna work this shoreline now. Okay, well, I went to my shoreline tactic, and sure enough, picked something up here. Kind of fighting like a pike. Usually smallmouth along the shoreline, but let's see. Yeah, it is. Small pike. Oh, well, I hope I got the arm out of the way just in time for that. Very nice. Thank you very much, bud. There we go. We have another one. And this is also a very small pike. So we'll do the same thing here. Just turn him off. I'm guessing this is going to be a good smallmouth. Got a quick peek at him. Seems to have some size to him. Yeah, it's a big one. God, that's a big one. There we go. So it's going to go 17 or 18 for sure. Had him hooked in exactly the right place too. Right in that lower, right in the crook of the jaw. That's why we come to the valley. Alright, so last thing before I let him go is we'll get a measure on him. If I can here, this thing... got a very nice measuring device on it, but the problem is it's on the back of the thing. So you let's see, this guy goes 45 centimeters. Hey, one last look. There we go. Beautiful, beautiful smallmouth. All right. I'm not sure what this one is. He is not fighting like a smallmouth. So it's either a big smallmouth or something else. Just going to back the drag off just a bit here. I don't... Oh, that's a pike actually. Holy shit, okay. That explains it. The problem now, of course, is that if he breaks me off, because I think he's got this lure down inside his mouth. No, he doesn't. Okay, good. Get him in the net. That's a good size pike. 5, 6, 7 pound pike. Let's get him in here because the hook is on the outside of the mouth. There we go. Oh yeah, this is a beauty pike. On the rubber worm. Impressive. Yeah, there we go. How come it comes out easy from the big guys and the little guys? You can't get the damn thing out to save your soul. This is a, 7-8 pound fish. There we go. Oh yeah, what a beautiful fish. There we go. Alright, so I was finally able to get him up and measured. After this paddle flipped about 6 times on me. He's around 31 inches, so not too bad at all. There we go. Hey. We'll do it the easy way. Not sure what we got. Another good sized pike, actually. Probably not as big as the other one, but good sized fish. No, he's actually taking more line. And in the background you may see a heron's flying away. Actually, he's going right over top of us. Cool. Hope you picked him up in the background there. Get in under there. Get a good grip. There we go. Alrighty. Another very nice pike. Hey, that one's about 3 pounds. Alrighty, we'll get him back in. Well, we found pike. Actually, that's not true. We found a big smallmouth too. I like this bay. Just saying. Not quite as big as the pike, but it is probably the biggest stick I've caught so far. And that one just turns off too. Well, the nice thing is that the wind is going to blow me down into my next spot. I'm hoping this is just sort of a temporary pickup. It's gusting pretty good right now, but it's not supposed to keep up. So we'll keep our fingers crossed that it doesn't, and then we'll have a little easier paddle back. Otherwise, it's going to be a little bit of work back into the wind. So I found a Crown Line campsite on one of the islands. I've marked it on the GPS. It's not the greatest site. There's almost no room for a tent. You could probably squeeze one in if you had to, but it's also dirty. It's got a few little tables and stuff like that on it, but there's just a lot of garbage strewn around, unfortunately. What it has done is allowed me to stretch my legs and get out of the boat for a few minutes. I think I'm going to paddle back towards the launch. The wind is very, very gusty, and the gusts are pretty strong. And I don't know if it were to sustain at 25 or 30, it'd be a really nasty paddle back. So I think I'm going to head back towards the launch. I will take my awesome morning of fishing, and we'll see what happens when we get there. May not be the greatest Crown campsite in the world, but it's definitely got a nice launching area. I got a straight shot down the river here for probably 5 or 6 kilometers, and it is just blowing right like a wind tunnel, but I'm almost back. Just had to make that last turn to head back up. Usually I'm going to be sad to see the put in, because that means it's the end of my day. But today, after that paddle, I'm happy to see the put in. I'm going to stop, have a drink, figure out what to do for the rest of the day. Well, having eaten and rested for about 45 minutes, I'm going to I'm going to stay close to the launch, but I'm going to go for a little paddle and hit a couple of bays that are close to the launch in the other direction, north towards Mattawa. So the wind backed off maybe just a teeny tiny bit, so it's a little more bearable now. I don't know how long we'll stay out, but definitely don't want to just go back and sit at the hotel. And you know, conditions aren't great, but I think we'll be all right. nice spot that I can sit tucked up against a rock right at the edge of the rapids, and I can fish some of those little pools and pull smallmouth out of them. But this wind just keeps blasting in here. It keeps whipping up these rocks, and then it's hitting me in the back and hitting the canoe, and it's pushing me off and into that main part of the current, which I'd really rather not be in, especially if I'm fighting a fish and not paying attention to sort of controlling the boat. So I guess I got to back off here, and I won't be able to fish those pools right now. Alrighty, I'm going to call it for now. This is just ridiculous. I've tried everything I can think of and tried all the places that I can think of to get out of the wind at this spot. So I think we'll go into town, we'll grab some dinner, see if things settle down, maybe get out for an hour and a half later on tonight. It's probably 5 o'clock now, so 5:45 actually. It's been a really good day all in all though. Caught not a huge number of fish, but caught some very nice fish. Really nice pike, another decent pike, and quite a beautiful smallmouth as well. So pretty happy with that. Forecast for tomorrow is supposed to be much better. Supposed to be very, very light winds tomorrow. So I'm going to keep my fingers crossed that that happens and this blows itself out tonight. So hey, I'm here to fish. The wind did die down just a little bit. I was going to go up to the railway bridge in Mattawa by the hotel, but that's a pretty long, pretty stiff paddle, and I've only got about an hour, so I'm just going to hang out right across from the hotel and see if we can get anything. So there we go. Okay, you stop, please. Thank you. There we go. Half a smallmouth. And there appear to be a few fish around this bay. Oh, this one's a walleye. We kind of stopped fighting about 2 seconds after he took the bait, so kind of figured that's what it was. Huh. We're catching an awful lot of walleye this trip. Here we go. That's the shoreline that I'm casting to right now. Just going to take a last few casts before heading back across the river. Another small walleye. Just turn him off. There we go. What a great way to wrap up day 2 of the trip. It was a little unfortunate that we got blown off the water this afternoon. We had a great day. Picked up a few fish tonight. Picked up some very nice fish before noon. And head back to the hotel now. What a nice view as I arrive at the put-in at Deux Rivières. Canada geese and their goslings. Mist-covered water. Very nice boat launch here, and access to a lot of great water. There is a nice dock, but I'm going to use this back little place where you can slide a canoe in. Saves me about 4 or 5 minutes of paddling around a point, and then I'm going to go right out through that little gap there where the railway line used to be. You know, you always want to check your gear before you go out. I missed a guy when I was restringing the line, so going to retie this and get everything ready so that when I get on the water I'm in good shape to go and don't have to waste time doing stuff like this. Alright, just after 7, rigged and ready to go. So when I was up here in the spring, just doing a date paddle, I ran into a guy when I was coming back and he was telling me about pike coming up into this channel early in the morning. So let's go hit it and see if there's anything here. This one feels like a bass. And it is. There we go, decent little smallmouth. Another fish here. This might be a good one. Just trying to be quiet because I got houses in the background here and it's fairly early, so don't want to make too much noise. It's trying to rub me on a rock here and get... Okay. And I prefer that doesn't happen. Big smallmouth. There's a nice one. He is another 45, 46 centimeter fish. Alright, time to let this guy go back home. And there he goes. Love it. Not every rock in the river holds fish, but when you see an isolated rock 6 feet offshore, you want to cast to that. There's a little smallmouth bonanza up here. This guy's just a little one, but I had a couple of hits since the big one. Actually, this guy's up on the bottom of the jaw. That makes it interesting. There we go. There we go, another 10-incher. Those trees, and I literally landed it on top of a bass. I think he just opened his mouth and inhaled it as it landed. This might be a good one too. It's pulling hard. I'll just back off on the drag just a touch, just in case. Let him get me into those trees. Nope. Not a place I want that fish. This one's 15 or 16. Yeah. Should just mouth hook him if I can get him. There we go. Yeah. Nice. Another very nice fish. And while that's happening, I just hooked another fish. So I had dropped the lure in the water a little bit, just while I was taking off that one, and bammo, got another one. This one's not quite so big. Oh, it's a walleye. Well, that would actually make sense because I was kind of jigging it. Oh, this is a good walleye too. There we go. That's hilarious. Oh, this time I got a pike. So a little bit of everything up in here. Not a big one, we're just going to turn them off. Maybe 14, 15 inches. We'll just get the lure and turn this guy right off. So this is kind of ultimately where that leads to. Good flowing water under the highway bridge here. And then the fish themselves, the best ones, they're off to the sides under the overhangs. You got to basically get that lure right up in onto those rocks. And then hang on tight. Oh, that decent smallmouth. Come on, bud. Not bad at all. He's about 15. There we go. Beauty. He wasn't getting off, that's for sure. Not bad. There we go. Well, after a pretty incredible hour and a bit of fishing up that creek, time to head back out onto the big water. Gave this spot about a half an hour. Had a couple of hits. Got one on, but lost them. So we're going to move into a bay that's not too far away from here, and give that a try for a little bit, and then we're going to go back in behind an area that I've only fished once before. Didn't really catch much, but I definitely want to give it a try out today. Well, I had lost one a moment ago, and now we've got one. And this guy's a slab. He's come out of the water a couple of times, had a good look at him. He's swimming right beside the boat at the moment. Keep the tension on him. Oh, don't do that, buddy. Oh, there we go. Oh, yeah. This is another 18 or so. It's a big fish. Might actually, it's hard to say. Might be the biggest one of the, might be the biggest one of the trip. Let's have a peek when we lift them out of the net. Hello. Yeah, that's a good fish. Let's see. This guy is 46 and a half centimeters. What a beautiful fish. And there he goes. All right, so that's 3 fish in the 18 to 18 and a half inch. Let's see if we can get a 20. Gotta see if we can get a 20. You know, one tip as well when you're out here, keep your ears open and keep your eyes open. Watch your line, yeah, but keep your eyes on what's going on around you. I saw this guy dimple the water a couple of times, and I just took my time, paddled over to where he was, took a cast, and bam, like 6 seconds later he's on. Alright, lunch on the boat today. Got a yummy, probably fairly stale peanut butter and jam sandwich from a couple of days ago, but I made a bunch of them to last me a couple of days. Got some leftover Dr. Pepper from my sub last night, leftover Reese's Minis Munchies, and the last cookie from Subway. There we go. Boat lunch of champions. Scenery's pretty nice though. Well, it's a nice stumpy, weedy bay, and I did see one bass under a stump, but I didn't get any hits, and it's time to go explore somewhere else. Alright, well, I've come out to a flat where I caught a fish or two earlier, and we are back on again. I thought I'd gotten a hit a little while ago, but I wasn't 100% sure, but I guess I did. There we go. Slide back and drift this flat a couple more times. Picked up 3 fish off this so far today, and haven't been getting them too many other places. This is my 3rd fish in as many casts, essentially. So maybe we've found a good spot here. Been hunting for a while, so I don't think we'll let this guy. I think we'll just. He's about the same size as the other guy, 13, maybe 14 inches. You just keep putting on a show there, folks. Or Mr. Fish. There we go. Yeah, another 12-incher. Alright, drifted up onto another flat. Not sure what we've got this time. Looks like a smallmouth. Didn't get a good look at it, but that's what it appears. Oh! Might be a good one. So this guy's not going to be a tank, but let's see how big he is. This thing turned. He is 17. Gosh, nice fish. And back he goes. So I decided to paddle back and drift this same flat again, and second cast. Much smaller. This is the little brother. There we go. Like I said, smaller, but another smallmouth. So the pattern here right now is 3 to 4 feet of water. Temperature is about 69 to 70 degrees in the water. And I have gone to a black tail. I have no idea whether this is making the difference or the different territory is making the difference. I don't usually worry a lot about color, but today, hey, I'm just going with what's working, and I had light color tails on and I wasn't getting a darn thing. I switched to a dark tail just for the heck of it, and you know, again, I don't know whether it's because I changed areas or lures, but I'll take it. Well, I guess I missed that fight. Got another one. About, I don't know, 14, maybe 15. Again, windswept point. Some pencil weeds in behind it. Pencil grass, weeds, whatever you want to call them. And just spinning slowly through it. Okay, this is one I don't want to lose. It's a big boy. Alright. He wanted to go in the back of the net. I'll put him in the back of the net. This is going to be close to the biggest one of the day. Right now the water temperature is just perfect for this kind of thing. 70 degrees, just perfect for these fish. They're, I wouldn't say they're post-spawn, but they haven't gone deep yet for the summer. There we go. Wow, that is a bit of a tank. Let's get a real quick measure on him. See how we're doing here. No, he goes 18. Another 18-incher. Here, we'll let him revive for another minute. And time to let this guy go again. Had a chance to revive, and off he goes. Now I'm going to do some paddling backwards and run through that part of the flat again, because I've drifted quite a ways out from it. This flat I've taken 3 fish off of so far, and I've only fished maybe 20-25% of it. I don't want to jinx myself, but hopefully pick up a couple more. Alright, well, we came out to a little bit of a shoal here out towards the middle because the bass action slowed down. I had seen it as I was going by a little while ago. And we've just picked up a pike. I'm just going to grab the pliers and turn him off. There we go. There's a shoal out here. The water goes from 7 or 8 feet up to about 3. And then I guess this is just lodged on it, and he was hiding underneath. Alright, well, I have explored only just a little tiny bit of new water on this trip, so I'm going to go across to an area here that I haven't fished before at the Riviera, and just fiddle around a little bit before I head out. Probably, well, I don't know, I'm going to say in an hour or so, but we'll see. If we keep catching fish, it might be tough to leave. Well, I went over and hit another shoreline. This guy's not a big one, but didn't take long to find one. Come on, dude. There we go. Water temperature's a little higher over here. It's interesting to see if that really affects anything, or if they're still going to be popping away. Hey, come out to a rocky point. These areas haven't really been holding much in the way of fish today, but the other action's slowed down. So I've just been kind of moving around and trying to find stuff. I've got a small one. Well, I thought this would be a good place to end the trip. Up the creek with a paddle. Had a great day of fishing today. Stayed out longer than I had planned. Now just going to head back and pack up, get into the car, and head home. 3 fantastic days in the Ottawa Valley. Couldn't have asked for much more other than maybe not getting blown off the water yesterday, but hey, you can't have everything. So, until next time, tight lines. Get out there and enjoy the outdoors. Well, as I was paddling out, I saw this guy hitting on top of the water. I've got this guy on a late line because my other rod got a wind knot in it, so we'll just be careful with him. Alright, I did say we'd be careful with him, didn't I? There we go. Yeah, one final smallmouth for the road. Now it's truly well and good. Time to wrap up the trip.